Hello everyone and welcome to Bevan's Bricks. I'm going to do a real quick live stream today. It is a beautiful day outside and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time and lose it because it's going to get cold real quickly where I live. And I don't want to lose the beautiful weather that we're having. Plus I'm going to go take my daughter to get pumpkins to carve today. So I want to get that done as well. But like I said, I wanted to do a real quick live stream. I stayed up a little bit after my live stream last night, got a lot of progress done on this. I'm going to try and do a little bit more here real quickly, and I need to find my base plates. But that is where we are going for now, is we are just trying to continue all the progress that I've been making on getting this behemoth of a build back together. Hey, how you doing? I am trying to make out your name. I'm going to say Martin. Hello. Greg Banger, Red Coat Kyle, Michael Fujera, Clem. Hey, how you doing? Steve Weiser. Hope you guys are all awesome and doing good today. Like I said, this is going to be a quick stream today. And I'm almost, I want to say, I think I'm about halfway through, or actually a little more than halfway through with getting this back together. Doing it the way that I'm doing it, by leaving everything kind of pieced together, even though it's kind of a pain, it has been working to my advantage. At least it's felt that way anyway, because I'm able to put big chunks back on the table as I go. Thomas Jiggy, hey, how you doing? Brick Sargent, hello, hello. Mr. Silly. And again, hello, Clem. I hate saying your name because I always feel like I'm butchering it. Clem Boston Fan 112. And thank you, Brick Sargent. That was super awesome and kind of you. Brick Sargent just donated $2. So again, thank you so much, my friend. And Kip Hoffman, that's exactly one of the reasons why I'm making this a short live stream, because I want to go get some yard work done myself. It's so freaking nice out today. Here over the last 2 weeks or so, it's only been in, I'm going to say highs of like 42. And today, it started warming up yesterday, but today, oh my God, man, it is 74 degrees outside right now. It is freaking awesome, to say the least. Hey, John Garrett, how are you, my friend? And hello to New Jersey. But that's exactly why I'm planning on making this quick. Like I said, it's so nice out. And there's so much yard work I actually need to get done. Not that it's ever ending, because with the weather here lately, it's been really screwy here in Michigan. Weather keeps going up and down and up and down. And the leaves, normally all my leaves have pretty much fallen by now, but they're just not dropping this year. And it's in part because of the weather. And hold on while I'm looking, that should be that way. Because the temperature, it's not getting cold enough that the leaves want to fall off the trees. So I've only got about half on the ground, but if I mulch that, I didn't put my lines on it. If I get that mulched up, that will definitely help me for the next time I got to mulch it up. And Michael, thank you so much. Michael just donated $2 as well. Can you say live stream? And again, thank you so much for that awesome donation, my friend. Michael was saying John is in India House. What's India House? Why doesn't that way? That is right. Master Chief, how you doing, Paul Bott? Reckless Metal, hello, hello. Finally rebuilding, yes. I got tired of tripping all over my floor on it. And Roger Miller, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is honestly an older building. It's a build. I know newer people don't know this, but I went to Brick Fair, Virginia this August, and this was one of the buildings that I was supposed to take with me, and it had a little accident. It spread itself across my floor. And I kept looking at it and I kept debating, do I want to rebuild it or do I want to just scrap it all together? And I started cleaning my garage a couple days ago, my Lego barn. And I was staring at it while I was picking everything up around it. And I thought, you know what? we're gonna do it. We're gonna put it back together because it was a very cool building, and I didn't have it together that long. So I thought might as well pull the plug or pull the trigger and just get it back together because it is a very interesting building. And with me putting it back together this time, I'm putting the supports on the inside. So this thing is like beyond rigid. I wanted to make it modular. The top half, which is what this is going to be modular, but I can't, for me to make it modular to where I could look on every single floor, it would mess up the striping and stuff that I went through painstakingly trying to make when I did this building, because I was trying to mimic an actual building. It was from a Architectural Digest. And I didn't want to lose that appearance. So that's why I just made this top half I can pick off and move and carry now. And then the base and the first floor will be its own thing altogether. So it will be easier to transport. It's going to be a lot stronger because now I can sit and lean on it and push on it and stuff, and it won't go anywhere. Where before I could just push on it a little bit and the building would crumble. So it's a good thing I'm rebuilding it. It's a good thing I'm adding a lot of internal supports, but it is what it is. I don't know where I'm going with it. Bricklock, Illinois, how you doing, my friend? He says it was just a flesh wound. Yes. Trying to read a few more comments. Master Chief says yes, finally rebuilding that. It only took it was August, September, October. Yeah, so it was 2 months. About 2 months it laid on the ground, all dismantled. Thomas Jiggy says, I really don't understand why you don't have 100,000 subscribers. And thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. We are working on it, though. And like I always tell everybody, anything that anybody can do as far as helping the channel, because people ask all the time. And one of the most important things that people can do to help grow my channel is just simply sharing videos and sharing images or anything else you can possibly do. So if you want to try and help me grow my channel a little bit, I appreciate any and all efforts in sharing of my content. That definitely helps, my friend. And making sure that you like the videos as well does also help. Secret Squirrel Bricks says, it's looking good. Thank you so much. And then Michael was saying epic. Oh, Eric is in India House. Oh, you mean Indiana. Is that what you're saying? And absolutely, Michael. But here lately, I've been noticing, I don't know how many people follow me on Instagram. I do have an Instagram account for any of those that are not aware. And here I've been finding lately, because I started trying to post more often on Instagram. And that really seems to be helping the channel grow quite a bit. I'm actually quite surprised at that. I've always shared my content on Instagram. But here recently, I don't know what's happened. I have, in the last 2 to 3 weeks on Instagram, I've gained roughly 2,500 followers. And some of that has been translating over to my YouTube channel as well, which is freaking awesome. And thank you for those that are here from Instagram. I do appreciate that. It's awesome of you to follow me over here. But I'm noticing that that's helping my channel a lot. And I don't know, because I'm really not doing nothing differently, but something's just happened with my Instagram that suddenly it appears to be getting popular, I guess, and that is helping the channel a little bit. I don't really do a lot with my Pinterest. I do have a Pinterest, though. I need to start posting more on there as well. My main focus is, because I have a TikTok also for people that are interested, but all of it is Lego related. So if anybody is, well, that actually needs to go here. So if you are looking to follow me on any of those, you can rest assured that it is Lego content still. I do some other goofy stuff on there from time to time occasionally, but it is predominantly Lego related. But I will say my prime focus is, man, how did I just put 2 rows of plates on there. My prime focus, though, is my Instagram and also my YouTube. So if I can figure out what I'm doing here, because I'm putting stuff together that's not supposed to be together, I'm jacking it up. But if you want to see the majority of my content, it's going to be on Instagram and it's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to start trying again. I stopped doing them all together for a long time. I'm going to start trying to make some longer videos, get into more details and more depth of a lot of the different buildings, city updates and things like that. There for a long time, I kind of reduced a lot of my output for that. And it was just quite simply because nobody was ever watching it. But I'm going to try and pick some of that up, get it going again, and we'll see if it is better received this time around, and just take it from there. Oh, in the house. Okay, thank you, Brick Sergeant, because I was really kind of lost on that. Brick Sergeant is explaining what inda is supposed to be, and I'm thinking he's missing a letter or two or something, but apparently the elevator's not going all the way upstairs today. Electrician-free territory, how you doing, my friend? Like number 18, and thank you so much. And yes, hence the Neapolitan name, because it looks like Neapolitan ice cream. I'm trying to remember who it was that said that, because somebody specifically recommended that name to me. And once they had recommended it, it was like, dude, I really like that. I'm going to use it. And I ran with it. And use it we are. And that. Yeah, that does go there. Okay. Again, I am trying to rebuild by not pulling everything apart for anybody that's trying to figure out what my insanity currently is. And with that, so that's going to go there. It proposes, because I'm trying to tear stuff apart somewhat, and then I'm trying to kind of leave some stuff together as I'm going along, because I found it seems to make it a little easier, or it's going back together a little quicker by not totally destroying it, because I can pick up, when I recognize parts, I can just pick up those parts and slap them right onto the building. But I'm starting to get down to that point where things aren't really that recognizable anymore. I've used the bulk of the big chunks, so I'm still struggling trying to keep it going, but it is slowly vanishing on me and not working with me anymore. So now it's starting to take a little longer per floor. Master Chief says, hey, there are 32 people that have not, and thank you, I appreciate it. He's asking everybody, please like the stream, don't forget. Clembustine says, coming in the building inventory. I've got everything for the Flatiron building, if that's what you're talking about, at least as far as I know anyway. I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm going to need, but I feel like I've got most of the parts. Something else, because I kind of blew through doing some of the red area. I did have some damage, and the reason I'm bringing that up, because I know a lot of people, hold on, I got to think. Okay, these are the red floors. This floor is not red, so that's got to change. I got to backpedal here for 1 minute, because this is the transitioning floor. So 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be a 3. Need to grab a few other pieces so I'm not just struggling searching for them. I already have them over here, apparently. Where I had a baggie. I am looking for my 1x3 tiles. I thought I had, oh, there's one. So that's one. And then I need, that's got to move. 1 second while I am trying to, 8, so I got to need an 8 and a 4. I need a 4. That, because some of it I'm changing up as I go along too, just because I feel it is working out more to my advantage. To change up some of the styles that I had used when I originally built this. And on some of my transitions, I didn't like how they were before, so that's one of the things I am working on changing out. Just because it's a little stronger, the way that I'm changing it up to. And that's going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then I get one of these. Hey, how you doing, Studio City Bricks? Hello, Gwen Velas. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The screen's a little bit far away from me, so it's a little harder for me to see. So that's going to go there. That goes there. And then I need my balconies. So one balcony goes here. One goes, oop, that's the wrong side. There we go. What's up, Michael? 1, 2, and that doesn't look like it's, because it's not. There we go. Just getting a look to make sure it's going together correctly. And now I can put, see what I mean by it helps, not totally ripping it apart. That whole big chunk of wall just went back up. That can go there. And now this piece can go here. And there. Now we can start running these. And I will come back to the comments. I'm just trying to get a little bit of this put back up real quickly. And that was another, I need glass. And I just realized that whole thing is on backwards. There we go. We want the masonry brick facing the outside. Master Chief, thank you. He says, this is the difference between a set builder and a master builder. A set builder needs instructions. A master builder does not. I did cheat a little, though. I did have to look back at, I didn't have instructions. I just had the design I made. But I did have to look back at that last night so I could go a little further forward. But now that I have it down in my head, I know exactly what I'm doing. And this is the transition floor. So this is going to be a pink wall. So that's where that's got to be different. Okay. Because that's going to go there. And I need a 1x2. That's where I needed the 1x6. Okay. There we go. Keep in mind also, though, it is easier to rebuild stuff than it is to try and build from scratch. But not everybody has the part quantity that I have available. So I try not to fault set builders. It's just, that was a video I made recently. And where did I put my 1x6s? And what that video was is they're there. What that video was is I made a video asking people, why is it that set builders, and I never understood this, and I still don't understand it, but set builders are more popular than mock builders. And the majority of the responses, which, I mean, people spoke, I have to listen, but the majority of the responses, it was simply because people said that they can relate to that because simply they can go out and buy that set. So something's not, that's what's not right there. People can go out and buy that set. So to them, this is what a lot of people said anyway, and I still don't get it, but people can go out and buy the set so they can relate to it easier. So to them, it makes more sense to watch set builders. But to me, it's like, and a lot of kids do this nowadays, and I don't get this either, and it's watching people play video games. I don't understand it. You're watching somebody do something that you can just go play the video game yourself, you know. Why watch somebody build a set that you can go buy yourself? What is entertaining about that? And I'll personally just never understand that, even though I've had a bunch of people tell me why they think and why they do it and so on and so forth. But I will still never understand that, because to me, it's the best relation I guess I could make to that would be it's like going to a car show. People say they like watching the set builders because they can afford it and they can have it. But you know, it's when I say it's like going to a car show. I love car shows. I love to see custom cars and the beauty that people have done with these custom cars, or even just stock cars that they've restored. And I might not be able to afford the car or be able to afford to do what they do, but I can still appreciate the work that went into doing something like that. And when people tell me that's why they don't like mock makers, because they can't afford it, they can't build it, they can't do it, it's like, well, I can't paint a Picasso painting, but I still love to go look at it. You know, I can't afford to build some of these exotic cars and Maseratis and stuff, but I still like to go look at them. You know what I mean? And that's why I said it baffles me, the thought process with a lot of people. But it is what it is, and that's why, you know, that's part of the reason why I always say that I'll probably never be a huge channel, is quite simply because people obviously would just rather see that kind of stuff as opposed to stuff being built. So the people have spoken, and I just have to accept it, is what that boils down to. And that will go there, yes. Trying to come back to the comments for a minute. Blinky Bricks, are there instructions for this? Not yet, no. I do have this built, and I do have it built in studio, but I never... Making things in studio is easy. It's the instructions are an absolute freaking nightmare to do. And it's not that I can't do them, I can. It's just typically I don't focus a lot on doing my instructions. And part of the reason is because with the size of this particular building anyway, this building would take me every bit of, I'm going to say, even having it already built in studio, mind you, this building would take me every bit of, if I sat down and did it every day for a minimum of 8 hours a day to do the instructions, this would take me probably close to a month to do. I do intend on making instructions for it at some point. It's an unbelievably time-consuming process, because you have to take into the consideration this particular building, I think, is 8,600 and some odd pieces. And then I have to sit down and calculate how the instructions are going to break down for people. And there are shortcuts you can do for those that are not familiar with Studio. You can open Studio, and what you can do is you can build sections. So I could build this piece of the wall, and I can duplicate it for every single floor if it's the same in every floor. That way, that's one part of the instruction you can do that'll take away a bunch of the other steps. But when I designed this in Studio, I didn't know that at the time, so it didn't get designed that way. And that's part of what that's part of what takes the process, because I didn't plan ahead and I wasn't thinking about it. Trying to come back to the comments for a few more things, and I'm going to start building some more. Yes, there is a Discord, and I did post a link last night for it, so it should be the first link you see if you're a member, so you can get into the Discord if you're not in it, my friend. And how you doing, Rob? R. Claxton? I didn't miss much. I'm just trying to slap this back together as quickly as I can. Michael's telling Rob he's got to get back to work. Steve says, I would much rather prefer watching mock builders. But like I said, and that's how I am, because a lot of people are shocked that, for me anyway. And hey, John Evans, how are you? He says, I've been listening for a while, but currently tied up, but super glad you're rebuilding this thing. And thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. But that was the reason I made that video the other day, is because, you know, it baffles me. Why would people want to watch somebody build a set when you can go buy the set and follow the instructions yourself? And like I said, I was honestly kind of blown away by the number of people that said that that is what they truly prefer. And it's like, okay, then I guess I know where I stand, because it's not something I do. And I've had a lot of people tell me, well, why don't you start, you know, building sets or whatever? And it's not enjoyable to me. And a lot of people always ask me to follow their channels and such, and then I'll go to look at their channel, because I usually try to be nice, but I don't want to go to a channel and I don't want to see a set. I mean, it's fine if you're doing some sets, but that does not interest me in any way, shape, or form. It's very boring for me just to go and see sets. It's like it's like all the people that constantly want me to try and follow their Instagrams and stuff. If you have every set that everybody else has, what is it that you're doing that makes your channel interesting? I guess would be a good way to explain it. To me, I follow people like Gabribasso. I hope I said that correctly. He does some amazing builds. He does some really good stuff. Woodles is somebody maybe you guys have or haven't heard of. I follow people like him. He does a lot of really creative and interesting looking builds. He's got the Wasabi District. I know some people know of that, some people don't know of that, but if you've never heard of that, I really highly recommend checking that out. There's another guy that I actually follow and like, and I guess the point that I'm trying to get, for me to be interested, you have to be doing something interesting. I don't want to see sets. It's to me, it's boring. It's you know, I don't want to point anybody in specifically out, but there's just so many people out there that are showing, look what set I have. And that's just, like I said, it's just not interesting to me. Blinky Bricks, yes, there's a lot of Steves in the house. Because Blinky Bricks' name is Steve also. Michael was saying hopefully at some point you will have it on Rebrickable and his website. Like I said, I hope to, but I'm not going to, I don't want to say a specific date. I'm still working on, because now my Avengers Tower, that was a total 100% from scratch build. And I know I have a lot of people constantly asking me, when am I going to have that particular building available? And it's one of those things where none of those walls are the wall I'm looking for. It's one of those things because I built that particular building, and that should be the wall I'm looking for. That is the wall I'm looking for. That is one of those buildings that because I did it over the course of, 4 months on live streams when I built the Avengers Tower. And that is one of those buildings that, because it was a scratch build, I never did anything in studio for it. I never did any pre-planning for it. It was just, I shot from the hip and kept staring at stuff, trying to get the appearance. And why is, oh, it's because that, okay, that can't be there. I'm messing myself up. I see how I did it. Because that was point I'm trying to get at is that particular building, and that is backwards. That particular building, because I shot from the hip. Hold on. Son of a, I just realized that I made a mistake on the previous 2 floors. Hold on, I gotta check the back side. Son of a gun, I hate when I do that. 1, 2. I almost feel, let me look at the other side. Okay, so that side's 100% correct. I'm just going to show you guys my mistake that I just caught, and I wished I'd have caught it sooner, but it is what it is. I offset these to the wrong side. The small wall is supposed to be between the door and the window, so I got to go back and try and wedge that out now. So before I go any further, I got to stop. Let's see if we can't do a quick fix. Michael says Golden Corral, here I come. I haven't been to one of those in a while, but I have to say, they do have some really good food. And Veterans Day is just around the corner. You are absolutely correct, Brick Sergeant. Thank you so much, R. Claxton. He's telling everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Master Chief says, after the flat iron build, I want to see you finally build a fire station. I'm not really worried about a fire station because I have the Ghostbusters building. So to me, it's not a priority to me. It's not something I'm worried about doing. Because I got that, and then I also have the one official Lego modular building that's in my city, and to me, that's enough fire stations as far as I'm concerned. And yes, you're right, every day should be Veterans Day. Unfortunately, it is not. Oh, that's awesome, Michael. He says that they do free dinners at Golden Corral. I know a lot of different places actually do that. And hey, how you doing, Kip Hoffman? I know I missed a few comments. Oh, he was saying that he enjoyed my mock streams from the past, and what he was saying is, I used to do set to mocks, but I have not done that in a very long time. Bloodface, hello, hello, and that is why this is called the Neapolitan, because it looks like Neapolitan ice cream. Dale, oh, everybody's thanking everybody because for those that do not know, Master Chief, Brick Sergeant, Michael Fuji. I think that's the people that I see in chat right now that are all veterans. I'm sure there's other veterans out there, but those are the three that I know for a fact are veterans. And thank you for your service, my friends. Kip Hoffman was saying it's like that on 2 floors. Yeah, I know. Yeah, both of these right here. That's why I said I got to pull this floor back off, and then I got to try and see if I can't get down to that one too. I guess the bright side is I caught it before I went way too far. Even though I'm not happy about it, at least I still caught it before I got too far away. And I'm trying to see if I can pop it without ripping too much up, and I think we did it. And yeah, we did it. We got it to pop apart fairly easily. Let me pop that off. And set that there for now. Pop that one off. And where I might be able to wedge that one out before I go total dismantle. Hold on one second. Just making sure you guys can see what I'm looking at doing. What I'm going to try and do, a lot of times you can just kind of get a little bit of the floor separation. And where's my brick separator? And once you get a little bit of the separation, what you can do sometimes is just wedge that one little piece out. And that's gonna, so let's just pull the door out. So I don't want to have to pull everything totally apart if I can help it. That's going to give me a little more space. Now what I'm hoping is I can just pull that piece out, swap these windows around. That'll give me that. Now I can put the door back in. And then I can hopefully just quickly pop these pieces in. And then go back to the next floor and then get back to what I was doing, is what I'm hoping. Did I just hit the keyboard? Sorry about that if it was making noises or anything. I just realized the building was pushing the keyboard. And there we go. So now those are lined up correctly. Swap that way. Right, yep. And the window's got to stick out. There, that's that floor fixed now, I think. Now we should be able to put these back in. And then hopefully get back to where we were. Just double checking. Okay, they're all aligned now. going to spin this a little bit. And I will come back to the comments here in just a minute, guys. There we go. I think that has got us repaired. I just knocked that piece down. But that's okay. And this will go this way. Now we're back to good. Now we're cooking with Crisco, as I like to say. There we go. So now this side I think is done, other than I'm missing that tile, and I'll do that later. And then I knocked that brick out. So now let's spin her back around. Trying to come back to some of the comments. Yes, my father was a DI. As a matter of fact, you know what? Because I have a lot of my father's, I say memorabilia, it's my father's old uniforms. But my father was a DI in the Army during the Vietnam War. And my head's a little bigger than his was, but just to show you, though, this was his hat that he wore while he, mind you, my father was, during the Vietnam War, pretty much everybody was getting drafted. And so my father, to try and avoid the draft, so to speak, went ahead and enlisted. And when I say avoided, he was just, his thought process was either enlist and try and pick your duty, or get drafted and be forced as a body replacement. So what he did is he enlisted. And it was funny because the week after he enlisted, he was on the draft notice anyway, but he had already been enlisted. But anyway, he enlisted, and what he went in for was he went in for electronics. And his reward for going in for electronics is they made him a radio man in the field. But because he was an enlisted soldier, he had a 2-year tour of duty that he had to perform. Where most people that were just drafted, I don't think they had to do 2 years. I'm not 100% sure. I am not in the military, though, so forgive me if I'm giving bad information. But what I know about with my dad, anyway, though, is he went, like I said, he did radio for a short time, was in the field, and then he finally was able to get promoted to an MP. And then he was an MP stationed in Saigon for, I think it was 3 or 6 months. Then he came back stateside and he got promoted to a DI. And then he was a DI here in the States for a year before he retired from, or shouldn't say retired, before his tour of duty was up anyway. But very proud of my dad, very proud of all of our veterans. So I just wanted to say that really quickly. And I'm trying to read some of the comments. Michael says they say, crayons. Kip says, Master Builder, Rebuilder, taking notes. Master Chief says, just remember the best gift for a Marine is a box of crayons. And that's, okay, that's what the crayons was about. Michael was saying cavalryman. And no, like I said, my father was a DI in the Army. Brick Sergeant says, Drill Master Daryl. And Mike says that's what he was as well, as he was a DI also. Kip Hoffman says, I live 10 minutes from it. Jackson, Army is everywhere here. And I believe Jackson, I thought Jackson was the station that my father was at back when he was in the Army. But yes, my father was a drill instructor, not cavalry, yes. Mike Master Chief was saying, I was a roof rat worker on FA-18 Hornets and worked topside on the flight deck. So you were Navy boy. That that would see. I originally, when I was a kid, I was looking at wanting to join the Navy, but the problem was is I wanted to join the Navy to be a pilot, because I wanted to fly planes if I was going to go into the military, and I couldn't do it. And here's what or reason I say that I couldn't do it. In order to be a pilot for the Air Force, at least this is what I was told anyway. Um, you have to have 20/20 vision, and I did not have 20/20 vision. I've been wearing glasses since I want to say it was either 5 or 6 years old. I guess I would have been 6 because I started wearing them when I was in first grade. Is when the teacher noticed I was struggling to see the board. But anyway, because of that, they said I'd never be able to be a pilot. I could join the Air Force, and I could have went into electronics and radar services or other things, or you know, there's a numerous fields you could get into, but I would never have been a pilot, and that was the reason that I did not go into the military. Oh, Michael says he was armed cavalry. Okay, I got you now. I'm picking up what you're laying down. See, I have his. No, I don't have it out here. It's in the house. I still have my father's dress screens too, so you could see all the patches and the straps and all that. I know I have some extras out here also, but I thought I had a picture of him in his greens, but it was black and white, so it wouldn't have been that clear anyway, but I don't see it. I think I have that all in the house. But again, very proud of all of our veterans, and thanks everybody for their service. Anyway, though, guys, like I said, I just wanted to do a real quick live stream today, and I know I'm kind of wrapping it up a little quickly, but it's beautiful weather outside, and I'm wanting to get some yard work done. So I'm going to cut the stream short, but I do want to make sure I give credit where credit is due for those that have supported the stream and roll my beautiful bean footage. And with that, I want to give a very quick and very special thank you to Brick Sargent and Michael Fuji, both for doing donations during the stream. I really do appreciate it. You guys are freaking awesome, and I could not continue to do what I do without the support of awesome people like you. Anyway, though, I do want to run. So, as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully I'll have another video out here in a day or two, and we'll see you next time on Bevan's Bricks. Take care. God bless everybody. And if I don't get back on before Veterans Day, happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there. Take care, everybody.